Lori, you chatted in the group. Thanks for the shout out. Did you have anything that you came to talk about this week?
No, I'm just here to learn with switching over, changing out companies,
All right.
starting to be able to teach classes again because I left the retail space and went back to the broker world.
Yeah.
It's a breath
Awesome.
of fresh air. I have a lot more control over what I'm doing.
Oh, tell me about it. Tell me about it. The broker, I have a soft spot for the broker world. I stopped originating and like for retail in like 2018, and then end of 2019 I decided, because UWM was making such a push for brokers, and their AEs were calling, hey, we'll get you started, we'll give you everything you need to get started, all this stuff. We got our broker license active and originated for a year and a half, and I was like, man, this is the future of loans for sure.
There's no going back to the dark side.
Oh,
Amen.
yeah, it's awesome. I had been out of the broker space for 13 years.
Yeah.
And I went to a correspondent for 3. Then I went to one of the big box retails for almost 6 years. And then with another for 4 years. And I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
You have no control. It's costing us a fortune and there's no reason for it.
Well, and it like, to be fair, like technology has advanced so much in the last 5 to 10 years that like made this possible, right? Like the wholesale lenders and their platforms, like their lending platforms today is like, it's not what brokering loans was 10 years ago, not even close. And it's just like the perfect convergence of like technological advancement, and loan officers that are sick of, having their thumbs put on them by companies that like pay us W-2, but basically we're overglorified contractors in their eyes. And, it's just like, I don't know. I think that the lending model has a lot wrong with it, and dispersing origination to like the broker model, it fixes a lot of those issues, in my opinion. So, cool. We're happy to have you. So
I agree 100%.
Are you working with my agent classes? Are you working with Jeff in my agent classes then?
Yes, I have been for a few years.
Okay.
But the hard thing for me was that until this late spring, I was with this retail space, and everything I wanted to do, they were like, no. But Jeff was my coach when I was with that first big box lender. And I just stayed with him. I didn't care that I had to pay the monthly fee. I would get on some of the calls. I would, check out some of the classes, and I just stuck with it.
Nice.
And now that my contract needs have expired, I can upload all my leads. And I think 2024 is going to be a banner year for everybody. I really do.
Oh yeah.
Just watching what's happening in the market. I'm like, none of us have a crystal ball, but doing this for off and on for almost 30 some years. It's like, we've seen this before. This is nothing new. And I just want to be prepared.
Well, and with 40% of the originators doing all the volume, it's going to be a feast for those that have stayed in.
Yep. I agree. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure. It's great having you on. We're excited to get you switched over. Excited to have you. Good for you for continuing to invest in your business. Like even when you had people putting their thumbs on you, like I said, when I got into retail, I switched from working at Wells Fargo, and I switched because I wanted to grow my business beyond what I could do at the bank. And obviously compliance wasn't, navigating through compliance wasn't going to happen. And on top of that, like we made like 40-50 basis points alone. So we weren't really incentivized to go out and get our own business. But I talked to a local retail lender, who it isn't important, but basically they offered 150 basis points. And really what made me sign up, or like what made me say, yes, let's do this, is when I told the branch manager about what my plans were around like starting to generate leads online. Basically, I told him, hey, I'm pretty sure this is how Quicken Loans has built their business. I'm pretty sure I could do this in my own business. He wasn't like interested. He wasn't passionate about it, excited, which is like what I really wanted at the time. But I got what was honestly better than that in hindsight, which was he was disinterested. And not only was he disinterested, he wanted to make sure that I knew that like if I wanted to pursue that like I should talk about it less. Essentially, he was like, beg for forgiveness, don't ask for permission. And that was the biggest blessing to my business, because that's what got me starting to run Google ads and throwing up landing pages and making my own disclosures at the bottom. Hey, this is not intended to be an origination activity. Doing things that compliance departments would probably cringe at. I've never gotten in trouble. I've helped loan officers. I've helped our clients through audits. We're an ethical company. One of our core values is have integrity. And that means more for us than it does for a lot of companies out there. But like, I don't think that compliance departments at retail mortgage companies are there to help the business move forward, to help the individual loan officer do better in their business. I think that they're there to protect the giant target on the back of the retail lenders that isn't the target for the individual loan officer, right?
Exactly.
The individual loan officer that implements a marketing campaign that pushes the envelope a little bit has the potential to change their life, and yet to the mortgage company, it has the potential to cause a lawsuit or whatever the hell it is. So it's just, and then they'll scare you into thinking that you're the one that's carrying the risk of that, which just isn't true. I've gotten to some gnarly debates with some old timers on LinkedIn and on Facebook over this shit, because it's like, it's overhyped. Like the risk is the risk of like common sense marketing where you're not trying to like be a fucking scuzzball, like the risk of doing that and like and doing some due diligence to make sure you're doing shit right, to make sure you check the boxes. But like if there's no rule for it, that doesn't mean that you don't do it. That means you do your best to satisfy and like be ethical, and you move forward so that you can try and change your life with a marketing campaign. But I don't know, that's coming from me. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm a marketer. I did that for my business, and that's why I'm here. Yeah, that's my opinion on it. I love what's happening in the mortgage world with the broker channel. I don't think that it's like, I want to say I love the broker channel. I do. I love the broker channel right now, but I love what it's doing to the industry, because I think it's going to make retail lenders better. Like the retail mortgage and like the retail mortgage side of things, retail branches are not just going to fucking die and never come back. No, they're going to, like, some companies are going to die and other companies are going to innovate and get better and push the envelope. And it's going to be better for originators as a whole. I think originators are going to be the biggest benefactor of those changes. But soapbox. Yeah, that's why I've got the spotlight, right? I get to stand on my soapbox here and tell you guys what I think about the industry.